Hello everybody, my name is Zen, and it is Thursday, April 25th, 2012. You're watching GLHF episode number 10. We're finally in double digits, and we've been doing this for 10 weeks. This is where we get to play whatever game we want on Thursday of every week, and today we're looking at Super Monday Night Combat. Not Monday Night Combat, but Super Monday Night Combat, so this is number 2. Monday Night Combat was $15. You can get it on Steam and all that, but Super Monday Night Combat is actually free to play, and they have microtransaction store. It works a lot like League of Legends, and I'll make that comparison a little bit more in a bit here. But this is a game that is a cross between like League of Legends, Team Fortress 2, and I don't know. I can't really add anything else into that, but it is a third-person shooter, so that's something to take into account. As you see here, we're picking our classes, and it's going to pop into a little intro here into the world that we're in. So we have two different teams. You're going to hear the announcers here. They're pretty funny, so I'll let you listen to it a little bit.
To the Bullet Gorge Wild West Amusement Park and Uranium Mine.
I tell you, the fans' energy is off the charts here tonight.
I believe that's a Geiger counter you're looking at, Chip. Let's take it to the field.
So, yeah, if you haven't gotten the sense of it already with the name and the announcers, this is set in a world where this is a TV show and you're a competitor, right? So you have the announcers always talking and doing the commentary of it, and it's really funny, which sets the tone for the rest of the game. This is not a game that takes itself seriously, and I like that a lot. But like I said, it is a game that's a cross between TF2 and Dota or League of Legends. So you see these lines on the ground. One's an orange line, one's a blue line. Well, there's a blue team and an orange team. Pretty clear. Bots is what they call them, or enemies, creeps, whatever you want to call them. They're going to spawn and work their way down these lines that are moving. So the blues will be going the way that the blue stars are going, and the orange will be going the way the orange stars. The whole goal of the game is to get into the enemy's base and destroy their money ball. The money ball is like the ultimate building, right? It's hard to describe. You collect money, and a lot of this game is revolved around money. So it's just called the money ball. Deal with it. It's hard to explain. There's a lot in here that I can't can't really explain to you guys because I don't understand it completely. Like the money ball, I have no idea why it's called that. But this is actually my first game that you're seeing here. My first game back into Monday Night Combat. Last time I played was like 4 months ago, maybe more, on the original. So this is the first time I've ever played Monday Night Combat, or Super Monday Night Combat rather. I almost called it Monday Night Combat 2. So this is a default class that I have opened up here. There's a ton of classes you can play, and it's actually got more depth than the first one. I don't really... If I were to compare it to the first one, I would say the first one was more fun for me, and I think only because I understood it better. I actually have no idea what I'm doing here other than pushing bots and trying to kill enemies, right? So a few things that are different from this game to the first one from what I've noticed is that I wasn't able to build turrets, right? You used to be able to build turrets before and upgrade them and get those all working, but I haven't been able to do that in this one. I can upgrade them, but I haven't been able to buy them, which is, that I feel like that's quite a bit different than the first one. The other thing that is kind of different is instead of being able just to go to all the spawners and just buy them all, you can really... It's so expensive now to go to the spawners and buy a ton of bots to go out, like to spam the enemy, that you can only do it like maybe once or twice before you're totally out of money, right? So the other thing is, for those of you who have no idea what this game or Dota or League of Legends is about, is that I'm getting experience. As you see, I just leveled up there, and I'll hit my little upgrade button right there, and you can pick from different skills. You can pick from like leveling up those 3 skills on the bottom right that I have. That's the left shift is like a grenade that I'm using, or it's a demolition charge, so I can throw it down on the ground and blow up whenever I want. The Q is like a mini float, so I can float between platforms or get the heck out of the way pretty quickly, and the E is a charge. I also have options of 2 weapons on this character. I've got a grenade launcher, which I'm using now, and an assault rifle, which I'll use more later when it gets a little bit more powerful. To be honest, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with this character, because I'm trying to play it like Monday Night Combat, but this version of the game is way more complicated with the way that the classes work, it seems, and there's a lot more classes to it than the first game. So I'm completely lost. I really am. But it looks like you do need a very competent group setup. Like you need a combat chick. I think that's what they call them. I really think that's the name of it, which is really funny. But it's a medic, right? It runs around healing people and can throw down turrets. It's really useful. It's a support character. I did play her later, and I really liked her more than this character for whatever reason. Probably because I knew I could just follow somebody around who knew what they were doing and be pretty successful with that and just heal them. But I'm trying at this point to push these bots from our side of the base into their base to kill the turrets, like I said earlier. And there's really nothing more to this game. I'm just killing people and trying to push bots. That's really the basics of the game. You can jump in this game right now knowing that, and you could do fairly well. You won't do great, but you can do fairly well. They do have a few tutorials on the game, but they're not very clear. It's hard to get into, and the matchmaking in this game is awful. So keep that in mind when you go to play this. But you can pick it up on Steam. I think you could pick it up on their website, the Monday Night Combat website. So if Steam isn't your thing, I think you could do it that way as well. But Steam is the most convenient, obviously. It doesn't take very long to download. So I'm actually going to skip forward closer to the end of the game here and show you like the last half of it, because that's when it gets a little bit more exciting, when I start doing a bit better. So here's the transition. The wonders of graphics and editing and all that fun stuff. So this is a bit more exciting. When I start doing a little bit better, I'm actually able to take out this turret here. You'll see it. There you go. Pops up, gives you some money. You can use the money, as I said earlier, to take the to spawn more bots to send over to the other base, and that's very key when you're making a big push to hit that at the right time. And typically, people who are respawning will do that. The other thing you do with the money that you get from all this is you use it to help upgrade your skills when you level up. I think it does cost a fair amount. It's not a major amount, so keep that in mind. If you're out of money, I've noticed I wasn't able to actually buy a new level up because I was totally out of money in one of my games. So I think I've reached the point where I've explained this game enough where I can't really explain it any further. You guys really just have to go try it. So I'm just going to kind of explain what I'm doing. So I just got this Got Juice ability, right? It's kind of like a special power-up, and I'm going to try my hardest to get up here and do some damage. I fail horribly. So I use it, or no, I didn't use it because I actually didn't want to. No, I did use it. But basically what it does is it gives me more damage. It allows me to take a little bit more damage. And when it boils down to how you get that, I have no idea anymore. It used to be from a thing called the Juice bot that would spawn and you would get it. I have no idea how you get it anymore. I think you can buy juice in the respawn area, which is pretty useful. You'll see me respawning here, and I'll try to point it out when I'm in the little room. That little room that you spawn in is safe, so you can't actually be spawn camped, kind of. They can hang outside of it and kill you as you come out. Yeah, the little juice things on the side there, you can buy it. And you use your money for other things as well. But at the end of a match, you gain coins and you gain experience. So when you gain experience, you can actually purchase other things. You can level up. You can go into a match with upgrades and stuff, which is very useful. I don't have the option of doing that yet because I'm not high enough level. You can also use the money to buy other classes that aren't available, or you can actually just buy them with real money. So it does work a lot like League of Legends in that manner. And I like the way the free-to-play source works on this. But at the same time, I think going into this game and showing you guys it, this is actually one of the first games that I've done on GLHF where I'm like, I don't really like it. It's really shocking because I like a lot of things. I'm easily pleased. But this game just isn't that as good as the first one, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's not as good as the first one. I felt like the first one was easier to understand. The games went a bit quicker. You weren't in a stalemate the entire time. And the classes were... They weren't as varied as they are in here, but they were easier to get the hang of, right? So I felt like the learning curve was less of a brick wall than it is on this. Now that could easily be just me not feeling comfortable on this game, the reason I don't like it as much. But I would back that up with saying that if you guys doubt anything I say about this game, just go try it, because it's one of those rare games that's completely free to play. So even if you hear me saying like, well, I didn't like it as much as the first one, you could still go try it for yourself and make the decision on your own, which is really great. If you like the game, then awesome. This is one of those games where I probably won't play it very often, though. I played the heck out of the first one. I love the first one, but this one, like I said, it didn't click for me. Something didn't click. Maybe I'll play it a little bit more. I'll be fair to it. I'll play a little bit more. I'll unlock the sniper, which is a class I was really good with in the first one, and we'll see how I fare on that. I think that's pretty reasonable. Now I try to kill this guy here, and he just kind of jumps off the edge because he wasn't paying attention, and you can die by just falling off, so keep that in mind. But you can also get a lot of really cool kills by knocking him off, which is also really cool. I have no idea what that did that I just bought, so yeah, I would love to explain a lot of this stuff, but because this is my first game back, I had no idea what was going on. I still have no idea what's going on. All I know is, like I said, I'm killing bots, killing players, and pushing forward into their base. We end up losing, which is unfortunate because I would have really loved to win. And even before this game, I tried to get into 2 others, and the game just wouldn't load. And it was really annoying, and I quit out of it, and it gave me 2 losses. Also really annoying. So I would be pretty warning of the fact that this game is still fairly new and has a little bit of bugs, but the game also runs pretty fairly. I'm running it at the max settings, and it's running at 30 frames. It was running at 60 frames when I wasn't recording, which is really cool. So if you're worried about your computer not being able to run it, once again, it's free to play. You just go try it. So I'm going to skip to the end of the game here where we're fighting for our lives, and you can kind of see what that looks like when you're on the brink of losing, and you actually do lose. So another transition. Yay, transitions. So this is towards the end of the game. You see the bots are jumping on the money ball and exposing it. You see how it's down rather than what it was up at the beginning of the game. And these guys are going to be able to come in here and just do a ton of damage to it, and we're going to end up losing horribly, which sucks. But I hope this gives you guys a pretty good look at what the game is. Like I said 100 times already, it's really hard to explain. It's really hard to show. But it's one of those games you should just go experience for yourself. So go download it. I challenge you guys, go get it for free on Steam and try it out. You might get quite a few hours of some really fun enjoyment out of it. But it's one of those things that you take with a grain of salt, and salt, not salt, and you be objective about it, and you ask yourself, do I actually like this game or do I not? Because for me, I don't, but for all of you guys, you may very well like it, and that's really awesome because it is a well-made game. It is really good. I just am so confused to the point where I don't feel like I'm having enough fun on it. So this is where I died, and I'm about to respawn, and you're going to see the death of our money ball. You can even see him down there just owning, which sucks. And here it comes. It actually really does suck that I lost this because I was hoping I could get a win in for you guys. But, oh well. At least you get to see us lose horribly, which is way more exciting. And they're doing so much damage. Boom. And then this random guy jumps out and dances, which don't ask. I don't know. And you'll see it goes to a scoreboard, and then you can see all the stuff that you gained. But I think that about wraps this video up. And we'll be back next week, as always, with more GLHF on Thursday. You see, I managed to not level up. I got close, but and I got 61 coins out of that. Oh well, I might go try a little bit more of it, but we'll see you guys next time.